I don't feel safe. Ohio's train derailed. I did not know there was a place called Palestine in Ohio. And for the first day of this controversy and this thing happening, I was like, well, how the fuck did that? Like, how did they? Why are we covering this so much? I mean, it's a cloud all the way over there. Like, it's all. What are we doing?
Tell everybody they're safe. I think our citizens are safe. I think my drinking water's safe.
Yeah, for sure it is. That's right.
We're at the town hall meeting here in East Palestine, where hundreds, if not thousands, of residents have gathered to ask their questions. They've basically forced the mayor into having this targeted town hall.
Many people outside of 1 mile radius are being affected by this and not getting help because we're not in 1 mile radius.
It's been almost 2 weeks.
Wouldn't that suck? Is like you finally get to be mayor of like some bumfuck town in Ohio. So really you just get to go around patting yourself on the back and everybody knows about you. And then like just out of nowhere, there's like a national fucking biohazard disaster and you have to do your job and everybody fucking hates you. That would suck, man.
Since a freight train derailed in this small Ohio town,
Yeah.
spilling hazardous chemicals and igniting a fire that burned for days. This is the first time officials are directly addressing residents about what happened. Norfolk Southern, the company that owns the train, was supposed to be here too, but at the last minute, they bailed.
There was reports that they were scared for their safety before they got here. There's police everywhere. Why we're scared too? Why can't we get in?
I will get your question. We will respond to you. I will ask that question on your behalf.
The train derailed on February 3rd at 8:54 p.m.
This seems like a really big fuck up. Everybody always thought that this was some kind of like fucking massive conspiracy and it was like some weird Area 51 government thing. Nah, I just think they were trying to save money and they fucked up. Like somehow at the very bottom of this, I bet it's a cost-cutting measure that caused this to happen. Yeah, they're just trying to save money.
20 cars of hazardous materials, including vinyl chloride, a highly flammable toxic gas that causes central nervous system problems and has been linked to a host of cancers.
Not evacuated. Please
Get the fuck out of there!
In the days after the accident,
Holy
Norfolk
shit!
Southern worried the vinyl chloride could explode, so they did a controlled burn, potentially releasing phosgene, a gas used as a chemical warfare agent in World War I.
What the fuck?
Videos soon spread widely from residents who were afraid and unsure of what they'd been exposed to.
Yeah.
Still smells like a chlorine.
Bro, if that was me, I would just turn around and drive. I would just be like, look, I'm going to be back in like a month. I'm going to get my PC. I'm going to get one extra shirt. And I'll be back in a month. That's all I need. Now I'll see you guys then.
Leaves like a bad taste in your throat.
Oh.
Many reported rashes, sore throats, nausea, headaches, and respiratory problems, as well as seeing sick animals and water covered in a chemical
Alex
sheen.
Jones is not going to like that one.
That's safe.
Yeah, so like if you look at that, how could it not be safe? There's literally rainbows in the water. What's more beautiful than a rainbow? Think about it, right? Yeah, I mean, that's the most natural thing you could have. That's a shitty house. It's better than my house.
It stinks in here. Oh my god. I noticed the smell right away. I can smell a cleaner smell.
Juja Jenes lived less than a mile from the derailment.
All right.
This is the first time she's been back home to let independent contractors hired by Norfolk Southern test the air for any harmful chemicals still.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. Like, I would never go in this place without a fucking mask on. Like, I don't give a fuck what the machine says. You see that big ass fucking cloud? What you think happened? Yeah, I would be done. I would be gone for, as I said, a month.
Lingering. The company has been working with the EPA to run these tests and has cleared over 550 homes in the area.
Well, it smells like a chemical concoction in here. I'm literally dizzy.
Well, I mean, like, how are they, like, how are y'all, what the fuck are y'all doing? Get the fuck out of there. What do you, like, bro, it smells so bad. There's chemicals everywhere. I'm dizzy. Like, get the fuck out.
We'll go outside. Okay.
Company, probably the company that hires these guys. Probably, like, it's probably a government company that hired these people, right? Like, through, like, some private thing. And like, the guy whose company that they hired, like, his cousin is the guy that worked at the government, and coincidentally was the one who suggested that company. And to save money, that company didn't get extra suits and masks for the employees because it would cost $11 extra, and they have 300 employees, so it would be like $3,000, and that's like so much money. And so, like, they just figured, you know what, like, hey, yo, fuck it, like, it should be fine, right? Because, like, the machine says so.
Oh, I would not come back in here.
Get the fuck out.
Not like this.
Oh.
This is gonna be your copy. We had non-detections of VOC throughout the whole house.
What would you attribute that smell to? Because I know damn well that was not a normal smell that we have in the house.
A chemical burn that probably is going to give you cancer in 5 years, but, you know, that's a surprise for later. I'll talk to you later, ma'am. All right, we got work to do.
Smell is... I'm not sure exactly what it could be.
Yeah.
A lot of homes are different.
I mean, every
Even
house
though
is
her
different.
home is deemed safe,
Look,
Jenna's plans to keep staying at a hotel
Hey.
20 miles outside of town, where she brought her
that cat is going to have a baby, and it's going to have 6 legs.
9-year-old son, Maddox, after the night of the accident.
About
And
3
one
in
ear.
the morning, I thought I was losing my mind. I thought I started smelling something. I started getting a pretty bad headache. I started getting
bet.
really dizzy.
Yep.
I felt nauseous. My eyes were burning. My nose was burning. My throat was burning.
Yeah.
Not even 5 to 10 minutes later, I heard something. I heard a sound, and I said, I think that was Maddox. So when I walked in there, he was shaking really bad, like violently shaking, kind of tremors, like not just a little bit. It was like bad, and he was projectile vomiting across the floor, and he was saying, I need water, I can't breathe. And then his eyes looked like he didn't know what was going on. He looked so scared, and I said, we gotta go, we gotta get out of here.
What kind of answers are you hoping to hear?
So that's like her kid? Oh, is it cat? Wait, I'm so confused. Because it's the kid. Because I don't think a cat has ever talked to me. Yeah, I was about to say, that's a kid. Holy fuck.
What kind of information do you feel like you need?
Hey, yo, boys, isn't it going to be great whenever our tax money goes towards the settlements that these people are going to get from the government? That's going to be super awesome that we have to pay more money to these people because the government tried to save money. That's so cool. Wow. Good job, guys. Yeah, we're going to have to pay for this shit.
Just like to see
So
a lot more
stupid.
transparency with just local and state governments.
Yeah,
directing
I bet
people,
that's gonna happen.
Giving us assistance. Right now they're saying, oh, our team said they didn't test anything in the air. Well, let's talk about the soil. Let's talk about this residue. Why are people getting sick if it's fucking safe? Why are they getting
Exactly.
You don't believe it?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I definitely don't trust Norfolk or the team that they hired. I don't think they should have been given the ability to hold the reins on the narrative.
No, the odds are what they did is they knew what the chemical was, and they could have used. I don't know. This is kind of a pretty big, like, I can't be sure, but like, here's the thing: is if your machine isn't picking anything up, but people are projectile vomiting, and everybody's getting a headache and they're sick, maybe you should recalibrate the machine. Maybe you should use a different machine. Because if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would say that the reason why they're using those machines is intentional because those machines are not made to pick up what they believe it actually could be. You know? They're checking
James
for ghosts, not
Babczak,
poison?
a toxicologist who studies chemical exposures, says residents are right to remain skeptical.
Some of these residents are being told, you know, it's safe to come back, we've tested your air, and you should have no concerns, you can come back in. Some of them are distrustful of that information.
Right, right. That's an obvious distrust. We don't really know what chemicals are left in the ground that may migrate over time to eventually contaminate a person's well. Or
Well, of course that would happen, right? I mean, it's not like you just get rid of it. I mean, where do you think it goes? I mean,
a child playing in that vicinity on that ground. So if we don't know what the chemical is that we should be concerned about,
yeah.
then it's very hard to predict what the sort of long-term effects might be.
Would
I
you
bet.
move back if you were in one of these homes and you were told it was safe?
Would you go back?
That would depend. If I had a young child,
That's a good question.
or if my wife was pregnant, that might put another level of what I'm going to do about this. But by the same token, I need to also consider what my resources are. I mean, can I really afford?
True. I mean, you can't afford to go anywhere else, so you're just going to die. That's just the way it is. Hey, look. That's the way it goes. Look. There's winners, there's losers.
To spend a week or two more in a hotel and not be in
Yeah.
my home. Maybe I work in that town. Do I really have the opportunity to leave my job?
True.
Do I have another place or not have another place to stay?
These are bad choices, though.
They are bad choices. I mean, or at
Yeah.
least they're not choices that people would like to be able to make, right? 5 rail cars of vinyl chloride is significant, and how much vinyl chloride is left in the ground there? That's the big question. That would be a question that if I was living there, I would want to know.
I'm sure they'll tell you.
That answer could be a long time coming.
Just one quick question.
We're just gonna run in and get
2 weeks after the derailment, the first
we gotta
cabinet
go.
member finally arrived in East Palestine, alongside state and local officials, in an attempt to reassure residents.
for those areas that we have deemed safe. We believe that because the science and the
This
data
is an EPA administrator.
proves that. But that is not to discount any experience that any resident is having.
Is there a plan for long-term testing for people who are worried that they might not be having health effects right now, but something might show up in 5-10 years? Is there a plan to continue monitoring this area?
So there's 2 phases. This is the emergency phase. We are, as we speak, working on the long-term remediation plan. That will include a sampling plan for surface water, for drinking water, for air, all of the things that you're talking about, and for soil.
I wish somebody would just ask them, so how's it safe if people are throwing up? How's that happen? Hold up, wait a second. I mean, come on.
The wreck in East Palestine was just one of more than 1,000 derailments that happen every year.
Jesus.
Less of an accident than a tragic inevitability. Workers say there's a direct line from these incidents to the aggressive ways railroads have slashed costs, largely through a method.
Wow, boys, who could have ever predicted that? What a fucking surprise. Damn. Who could have guessed?
Known as precision scheduled railroading. PSR is supposed to be about maximizing efficiency by reducing how much time trains spend sitting in the rail yard.
Yeah.
But in practice, railroad employees have told Vice News it's led to longer trains, fewer inspections, and smaller, more overworked crews. Norfolk Southern, which made a record $3 billion in profit last year, implemented PSR in 2019. It also successfully lobbied against new safety procedures for certain trains carrying hazardous materials.
So, wait a second, what did it say?
Lobbied against
The rail companies block the safety rules? Oh my god. That's so fucking funny and stupid. Before the derailment, Norfolk Southern lobbied against safety rules. Well, how about that? Wow, what goes around comes around. One of these people gonna gather money for something? I don't know. There's a movie about this exact incident. This town 2 years ago is nuts. Democracy at work. The sad thing is that people are so fucking stupid, they're probably gonna re-vote for whatever guy took the money. Can y'all believe that? They're just gonna vote for him again. They're gonna see me like, oh well, I mean, you know.
Certain trains carrying hazardous
Oh my
materials.
God.
Scott Wilcox was a locomotive engineer for Norfolk Southern for 18 years
Is
before
that
he
right?
retired in July.
The railroad's a tough place to work to start with. It's demanding. You're on call 24/7, 365.
Fuck that.
It seemed like the last several years that things got worse. It all had to do with this precision scheduled railroading that they came up with a few years ago, cutting jobs, cutting costs.
Isn't it funny how, like, it doesn't matter who it is that talks about their job, they're all saying the same thing? It's like, it doesn't matter if it's a railroad, game development, Walmart, McDonald's, or like some fucking accounting firm. It's like all the same. Or some software development company. Massive protests starting to rise in Turkey due to discovered proof of HARP causing earthquakes. Oh, wow. Like, I'm sure that's going to amount to something. The thing is, like, the problem is, like, people have such short attention spans, and most people can't really understand the nuances of things. So politicians can control them with, like, really, really simple things, like gay people bad, or fucking, like, let me think. Oh, they gonna take your guns, or you not gonna have guns? Let me see. Let's see some other good ones that they go with. Some, like, yeah, birds aren't real. Yeah, abortion. Oh, well, now we're not gonna let people kill the babies, or oh, we're gonna stop people from killing the babies. We gotta do that. Meanwhile, they're taking a bunch of fucking money and they're killing adults and babies. But people can't think about that because it's too abstract. There's like too many points of removement. Is that a word? Probably not. Of removal. And they're like, wait, I can't keep up with this. We're going to wipe your student loans. Psych?
Doing everything they can
It's
to
funny.
save a dollar.
How did you feel like it changed the environment?
People are
It
so
made
stupid.
it a lot more stressful.
It's not even funny. It's funny
hostile
and
at
sad.
times. The railroad, probably 100 years ago, came up with safety first. When precision scheduled
they
railroading
came up with
came
that.
out, they gave us a list of priorities that we were to work by. Safety's fourth.
Mm-hmm.
What came ahead of safety?
The almighty buck. Efficiency. Not delaying
Wow,
trains
what?
to do things that should have been done.
Who could have
With the
guessed?
cuts in staffing, there's fewer car inspectors. It used to be the car inspectors would have 5.
It's like, don't worry about those car inspections. Did you see this one black person that committed a crime? Yeah, we've got to have more police now. Yeah, there was a black person that robbed a 7-Eleven, so the police station needs a tank. Oh, God. Yeah, let's solve this problem right away.
to 8 minutes to inspect a car.
Oh my
now
God.
they're down to something like 30 seconds a car.
From 5 to 8 minutes to 30 seconds?
And if they're taking too long, they hear about it.
So the company was prioritizing profits.
One of my uncles used to do truck driving. I don't know if he still does it or not. I'm not sure. But like he said the same fucking thing. He said he used to be able to just stop off and just chill out and get some food on the way over to a drive. But like now they have like a GPS on his ass. And so like the second that like he goes off the the fucking Google Maps and he's like, over at fucking Taco Cabana or like Wendy's or something like that, he's getting a phone call. They're like, so did Wendy's need that shipment or did the other company that paid for the stuff, did they need that shipment? So like, what's up with Wendy's? Why are you at Wendy's for? Like, yeah, it's like, that's so, it's so bad. They go by strike systems too?
Safety
Yeah.
Yes.
In your experience?
Yes. if we're going to get a handle on situations like this in East Palestine. Safety's got to be first.
It's really hitting you
Yeah.
hard.
I'm a safety guy.
Well, it must suck, right? Like you invest 20 years into an industry, and at the very end of your career, because like he worked 20 years. This dude, like I don't know, about his health situation, right? But like this is not a guy who's probably too old to work, but he's probably too old to deal with that bullshit. Definitely. There's a lot of people like that they probably could still work, and they're like, I don't want to be part of this anymore. This is fucked up.
So, yeah, it does hit me hard. Take steps to start doing things in a safe manner that we used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And quit worrying about the damn money.
It's got nothing to do with these companies, by the way. Like, these companies are going to always try to save money as much as they fucking can. The problem is the government. It's the fucking government. That's the issue. The government is taking bribes from these fucking companies, and they're cutting costs and letting them walk all over them. It's both, yeah, but the difference is that we don't have any power over some fucking railroad company. We don't get to go vote and say, this is what the rules for the railroad is going to be for this company. This is not the employee system. We can't really do that, but we do have for the government. It's not that it's not their fault, it's that they're the only ones that are really accountable. Can't nationalize
Norfolk
them?
Southern
No,
told
you
Vice
can't. You
News
regulate
it's
it.
invested hundreds of millions of dollars in new technology to improve rail safety. The company also said it was, quote, committed to doing what's right for the residents of East Palestine, and has contributed more than $6 million to the community in response to this disaster. On Tuesday, the Biden administration announced Norfolk Southern would be responsible for the entire cost of the cleanup.
Good.
A process that could take months.
Fuck them.
Time and money are tight, but I don't feel safe to go back. I don't even know where to go.
You won't go back to that house.
I would never sleep at night knowing that it could be worse because I made it worse because I brought him back there.
Yeah.
I want him to have a normal life. I don't want to keep being involved of like wondering, is it safe to stand in this rain right now? Can I let him splash in that puddle? Like, I don't want to have to be questioning everything.
A rainbow
every day.
puddle. Yeah, that's some Chernobyl shit.
I'm Michael Learmonth, editor-in-chief of Vice News. Too often, traditional news outlets shy away from the real stories and experiences of those living through global conflicts. Not Vice News. Our reporters are on the ground, fearlessly covering the human stories that shape our world. You and millions of others can continue to read, watch, and listen to Vice News for free. But we hope you'll consider making a one-time or ongoing contribution of any size at vice.com/contribute. Every contribution, no matter how big or small, helps support the journalism Vice News brings to you every day. Thank you.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, shit. Probably better than CNN. Who the fuck knows? Let me link you guys the video. Yeah, there you go. Trump enacted deregulation. Bro, I don't give a fuck who did it. Like, you think this is like a points game between Trump and Biden? Bro, like, everybody loses whenever this stuff happens at all. That's how they control you, is that, like, you're sitting there thinking about whose side fucked up. Bro, I'm thinking about that it's fucked up. That's how they get you, man. They keep you on one side so you don't actually think about what's going on. They hoodwink you back and forth, and then it's like, oh, it's this, it's that, it's the other guys, it's these guys. Oh, like, everything, you know, on our side is fine, but it's the other side. And like, you're thinking about this other fucking bullshit. Like, yeah, let's say they are corrupt over there. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it? Like, I think that, again, people that focus on, like, one side of the political, like, bro, people, all of these politicians take money. The Trump or whoever is not special. Like, they all do this. Like, there are some people that do it a lot less, like Bernie Sanders. It's not true every single one does it all the time. No, there is a spectrum, but it is a very, very, very dark spectrum. Let's say that. They take more money than they take life. Well, they take whatever they need to take. That's what it is. It's not about teams. They should be individually accountable. Yeah, they should be. I mean, I think this is a W for Vice putting this video out here. Holy shit, I hadn't seen this before, so I'm glad somebody linked this to me so I'm actually able to watch it. Any power base or a real working class solidarity party in this country could oppose that kind of death-causing regulation? No, they can't, because a lot of the people in the working class, they're not properly educated. They don't fucking know what's going on. And because of that, you have these media companies that run circles and laps around them, convincing them that the biggest fucking problem is like transsexuals in bathrooms. Meanwhile, there's trains derailing with chemical compounds that we don't even understand that could kill thousands of people. It's nuts. Like, I can't fucking believe this shit still happens. And so, yeah. And the problem is that do these people get taught any sort of fucking problem-solving skills, any way to understand statistics in whatever high school probably is over here? I bet they don't. I bet they have no fucking idea what any of that stuff is. So whenever you explain something to them in a, a scientific or a simple way, well, they're not going to understand it at all because they're not taught to, and why would they? The people are just taught to be just smart enough to do their job and just dumb enough to not understand who the people that are, in control of the government aren't doing theirs. That's what I think. Hillbilly calling people hillbilly. Oh, I'm a hillbilly? I'm not. You think HARP and controlling weather causing earthquakes another conspiracy? Bro, I don't give a fuck about HARP controlling earthquakes because, like, this is why conspiracy people always fucking lose. Is that it's always all or nothing. What the fuck are you doing talking about HARP for? Like, you're so stupid. Nobody's gonna believe that there's some fucking weather machine that's in Alaska that's controlling the weather. It doesn't matter what what's that wrestler guy's name? The Navy SEAL guy? It doesn't matter what Jesse Ventura tells you about it. It doesn't make a difference. You're focusing on some fucking stupid bullshit that it's not defined. It's not as clear-cut and obvious as people that are lobbying to have this shit changed. It's like you're thinking about level 7 whenever you can't get past level 2, and you're never gonna do it because you keep focusing on bullshit whenever there's so much more obvious, more immediate problems right in front of you that you don't need to convince somebody with 8 different YouTube documentaries that are 6 hours long, and it's like just white text on a black background talking about the Rothschilds. The messaging is totally wrong. And that's why these people shoot themselves in the fucking foot. Is people like Alex Jones are right every once in a while. And you know what? It doesn't matter because they're wrong all the rest of the time. And they can't cut the bullshit and focus on things that they can actually change. They keep fixating on stupid little fucking things like the frogs being gay or something like that, instead of these politicians taking like fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars. You go back, and this is the worst thing about it, is Alex Jones back in the day, he's from the same city I am. I know where he went to. He would go to some of these fucking council people's houses and he would say, look, all the regulations that they have, they're not following their own regulations. Why is this happening? Why are they making rules for people and then not following their own rules? This is what he used to do. And ever since Sandy Hook, that guy went off the fucking rails. It's so disappointing because you need people like that to actually pay attention to what happens. But they're too focused on these weird cultural war bullshit things. And this stuff happens and people are making billions of dollars behind the scenes while everybody else fights about if frogs are gay or not. Let me see what this is. Problem with conspiracies, they're hard to distinguish the real ones from the fake ones. The problem is that they always focus on the fake ones that are so... Again, it's like why focus on the one that's hard to prove? Why not focus on the one that's like obvious? Like everybody knows, like it's a conspiracy, like fucking lobbying is a conspiracy. Why do you focus on this other one that like people have to like believe like 3 different levels of things that are not verifiable for? It just makes stupid people feel smart because they think that they have some sort of hidden knowledge that they don't actually have. That's what I think it is. Alex Jones speaks bullshit sometimes. Yeah, of course he does. I would say he speaks bullshit most of the time. Is real conspiracy? No, I understand that. Like, I get that. Like, and that's what I'm saying, is that because it's not really that big of a problem in most people's lives. Yeah, I know. And that's why it works. Because they can't be proven wrong. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, amazing time with worthless bullshit. Yeah, conspiracy. Like, who gives a fuck, man? Like, there's so many more obvious problems in the world, and people get so fixated on these little stupid things. He's right about the frogs. He was. It seems like he was right about the frogs. And the thing is that, again, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter that he was right about the frogs. And you know why? Because he was wrong about a bunch of other bullshit like Sandy Hook. Like, that's why. So it's like, and that's why it makes me mad. Is because you do have people that are right about this stuff every once in a while, and it doesn't matter because they keep shooting themselves in the foot. They keep fucking themselves over again and again and again. It annoys me what was wrong on, but I can't think of anything else. The Sandy Hook was pretty bad alone. I mean, didn't he say Hillary Clinton was literally a demon from hell? I would say, and like that Pizzagate shit that like was completely unproven. She's not? Yeah, but he doesn't have proof of that. The thing is, Hillary Clinton could be a demon. She could be a lizard that lives in the core of the earth. David Icke could be right, but they have no evidence of that. So why talk about it? Why talk about the shit that you can't guarantee whenever you have a million things you can? It's counterproductive. And the worst part about it is it devalues the message of the things that are important.